Get ready for another wild ride through Reddit. Today we're exploring an r/Amitheasshole with 3 absolutely incredible stories. These posts had everyone talking, and I know you're going to love them. Hit like if you're excited. This story is titled AITA for wanting to keep my engagement ring from my late fiancé. Posted by you/Ringaringaracies. I'm using a throwaway as I don't want the drama of this on my main Reddit. I hope you all understand. I, 36F, lost my fiancé nearly 11 years ago in car crash. We were both in the car, but I got out with only minor injuries while he died instantly. This messed me up quite a bit. And I was in and out of therapy and support groups for years over this. The support group is where I met my current partner, 45 He's a widower who lost his wife to cancer. And we understood each other's pain a lot, and bonded over it. 3 years ago we started dating and we moved in with each other last month. I've remained close with the family of my late fiancé since I lost him. And they were a great support to me in the first few years. However, his mother, 60F, asked me last week for the ring he gave me back since I'm now seriously involved with another man. She said she wanted the ring to keep in the family, and it'd mean a lot to have it. This upset me. The ring he gave me wasn't a family ring. And it's garnet and emerald ring he picked out because those are our birthstones and I didn't want a traditional diamond. We picked the ring out together and he saved for months to get me it. It holds a lot of beautiful memories for me, even if it's bittersweet. I'm now at a point where I can enjoy the good memories without too much pain. Me being in a relationship now doesn't mean I have this ring gathering dust in a drawer somewhere. I wear it on my right hand now, the same way my partner wears his wedding ring. We both feel it's okay to honor our lost loves this way. And neither of us have any jealousy or negative feelings over this. Hell, we have a picture of my fiancé and his wife on the wall of our living room. I told her I could understand if it had been a family ring he'd inherited, though that would still have made me feel a little weird to have her asking for it back. But it isn't a family ring. It's my ring that we picked out together. And I plan to wear it for the rest of my life. She insisted it should be back in the family, however. And that she wanted it as it was the last major purchase he made before he died. I ended up hanging up on her as I was so upset, and I've been avoiding her calls since. My partner is angry on my behalf that she even asked this, and told me she was being ridiculous, and that I should wear the ring as long as I want to. I can't help but feel like I'm being punished for finding someone to make me happy. That I was supposed to mourn him forever in her eyes. I've spoken to my parents about this too to get their insight on it, and my mum feels that maybe I should give the ring back, as his mother is clearly just hurting, and wants to hold on to something of her son. My dad meanwhile says he can see both sides of this, and it's my choice. I don't know, I might be a bit too emotional over this. Am I being the asshole or unreasonable here? This story is titled AITA for refusing to do free work for my kid's stepfather. Posted by you/Quantum Dandy48. This story is equally incredible. I'm an electrician and a union member. My ex and I share custody of our 3 kids. Things are okay now, but the divorce last year was rough. She got remarried in August to a guy after dating for 6 months. Let's call him Brad here, where the issue kinda starts. A few weeks ago, Brad was at my daughter's volleyball game saying stuff about how real tradesmen don't need to be in a union. He said this right in front of me, and I was wearing a shirt with my union logo on it. He works in the trades also, but just does small non-union data network jobs. I stayed calm and didn't bite. He is self-employed and I know barely makes a profit. My license also allows me to do all of his kind of work at my pay rate. This morning, my ex called me out of the blue. She said a panel at one of Brad's jobs needed some work, and asked if I could just swing by to check it out. She said, "You'd only need your tools for a few minutes, just a quick favor, it's not a big deal. And you would be technically working for Brad." So when my ex asked for a quick favor, I told her I charge everyone the same rate, and per union rules I can't just do a side job, it's gotta be done under my shop. She said, "You're really gonna force this issue with my husband?" I told her, he can't just have his own, claiming that I am just making a stink cause he lives with the kids. I told her that professionalism isn't petty, and that I don't give free labor to people who disrespect my trade. So, AITA for refusing to do free work for my ex's husband, even though it might make things awkward for my co-parenting relationship. This story is titled AITA for saying my cousin's intellectual disability is probably because of the incest, posted by u/Wath-Avadonif. And now for our final story of today. Throwaway account cause immortified. My 20ONF parents had a get-together lunch among close family members last Sunday. Me and my cousins were adding wedding dates from the piling invites to the calendars to make sure we don't miss any. I was joking about never understanding the familial ties in our native language, as in how you call cousins, or aunts, or just the word in our language, as I was used to learning those words in English. My grandma, through my mother, was joking about how I'm being too Western, and was helping me connect how I was related to the people in the invites. 4 invites in, me on a roll with being too loose-mouthed from all the food I was eating. Asked my dad how the father of the bride in the invite was related to him. He said cousin, and I should have stopped there. But did I? I was bored, so I asked him to detail it more. He said, well, the bride's grandfather and his mother are siblings. He paused, and added well, I would also be his, bride's father, uncle too. Now listen, I know incest used to be a thing. I know it used to happen. I didn't know it happened in mine. So, I grimaced and started laughing uncomfortably. My uncle started explaining more, seeing my disgust. Long story short, my grandfather is my grandmother's uncle. My grandmother's mother and my grandfather are half-siblings. I edited it from step to half-siblings. I made a mistake in the wording, so my grandfather's dad and grandmother's grandfather are the same person. Me and my cousin started making those gagging noises, while pushing the invites away, and grimacing while walking around, and our parents tried overcompensating with excuses. I know they don't owe explanation for the choices of their parents, and the others preceding them. The generation above mine share the sentiment that incest is a big no-no. I don't know why they kept defending it, but, yeah. Here is where I said something fucked. I asked my dad if he realizes that his grandfather and his mother's grandfather are the same person. I added it with a, children born from incest have higher chances of intellectual disabilities, right? My cousin added explains why my brother has that. And I immediately started nodding and said exactly. My cousin does have mental disability and is nonverbal. Both me and my cousin were screamed at and told to come back home later. I know it is fucked to say that. But me and my cousin were just getting more and more uncomfortable. We came back later and apologized. But my uncle and aunt refused to speak to me and my cousin. So, AITA for saying that my cousin's intellectual disability is probably because of the incest. Edit, adding this from the confusion in comments. I sent this to my cousin, and he asked me to add some more information. They are blood related. I worded the post wrongly by using step-siblings. My grandmother's mother and grandfather are half-siblings with the same father. One main reason for the disgust was me, and my cousin already knew that my grandmother was 18. When my grandfather was in his early 40s when they got married. The age gap with the added knowledge that they are related was one of the main reasons. Another reason why I spoke on it was because last September we attended a wedding where the couple were second cousins and had blood relations, so while my parents and their cousins have moved away from this, others in our families still commit incest. This was why I made the comment on intellectual disability from my parents defending it. While incest is a thing in the larger family circle, I understand that I was being an and so does my cousin. Update: my cousin and I since posting this have talked to his parents about the incident. We apologize for the comments, and we are good. I just have to address this. Me and my cousin weren't mocking our brother for the disability. My cousin's parents were hurt, because the way it all went down made it look like we were blaming them. Me and my cousin apologized and said that we were more hung up on what happened between our grandparents and my dad excusing it. We made it clear that we knew they were never at fault, and apologized again. I had also mentioned about the wedding we attended recently being incestual, and about intellectual disabilities which lead to my cousin making the comment about his brother. I love my cousin, and the cousin who made the comments definitely loves his brother. My uncle and his aunt know that. My cousin is the closest person to him. My cousin has also gotten in multiple fights with other family members over comments they have made about his brother over the years. Both of us went too far with our comments, and his parents understood that it spiraled at the heat of the moment. My uncle at the end jokingly added that as a punishment, me and my cousin should be attending all the weddings we got invites for because both of us have a habit of skipping them. We are fine, but thanks for the comments. And that's all for today's Reddit stories. These incredible tales never fail to amaze me. Subscribe for more compilations like this. What did you think? Drop a comment. Thanks for watching.